top of a chase. Yes.
Overhead, and a helicopter that is overhead. So they're calling the pursuit. But when I widened out just a moment ago, I couldn't see the police units directly behind him anymore. So that leads me to believe that perhaps they're going into surveillance mode because it's been reckless and is now transitioning, though, here possibly onto the 405 freeway. I'll know for sure once he completes the transition. But there's the unit now. So there's
everybody join up.
Now.
Join up.
Looks like it's going to be a northbound 405 transition, but maybe exiting or just trying to trick me there.
Oh, shit. On the side of the road. What's he driving?
You said that's it's a Porsche. What is it, an SUV, it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like
that's
SUV,
like the mini one, like a mini SUV, right?
I want to say it's a Porsche, a little bit difficult for
Ooh,
me to tell with the
smooth.
sun setting right in front of my eyes, which is why the shot's a little bit redder than I'd like. But when we get a closer shot, we may be able to determine exactly what type of vehicle this is. But what I can tell you is those windows are so darkly tinted, it's going to be really difficult for our deputies behind this vehicle to know how many people are inside. But of course, a newer model vehicle, sporty type, so these guys could really take off if they wanted to, if the traffic weren't so heavy. But what we are seeing here on both sides of the 405 freeway coming up to Wilmington is very heavy traffic.
And so we know that CHP is following this vehicle, Eliana?
So it's Lakewood Sheriffs. Yeah, Lakewood Sheriffs. But
cut 'em off now.
Because it is on the freeway, Annabelle, normally the CHP would take over. So it is a situation where the CHP is probably getting ready to get behind it. And if this isn't a Porsche, I'm going to say it's a Maserati. Definitely, on the higher end, of course.
Yeah, I was going to say it's definitely a high-performance car, and this driver's really putting it through its paces here, it looks like. Do we know, we know it's a stolen vehicle, or that's according to the Lakewood Sheriff. Do we know how they happen to pick up on it? Is it low-jacked, or is there some sort of tracking device on it?
Yeah, it's unclear, but normally when you have a car this expensive, normally you do throw on the low jack on it for situations like this. And so it could be a possibility where it was a low jack situation, or the car, of course, was reported stolen, and deputies were able to just run the plates. And it was reported to them as a stolen, which is when they tried to pull it over. But of course, the driver failed to yield and the pursuit was on. At this point, unclear how many people may be inside or whether the driver is even a man or a woman. But definitely trying to get away here as they continue northbound on the 405 coming up to Carson Street.
Yeah, and we see this driver weaving in and out of those lanes, really close to some of these drivers, and now looks like he's exiting.
Yeah, so he's exiting. This is going to be Carson Street, slowing down just a little bit.
Baby. Let's join up.
And my pilot, James Pollard, here, doing the best he can to keep us right over it. Sometimes it's tough when these cars go right under us. But he's going to be going westbound and going right under us here for just a moment. So I'm going to widen out because sometimes our camera spins when it's right under us. So pardon me here while I widen out the shot just a bit so that we don't lose it. But it's going to be going.
Oh, no. Eliana, no, please, no.
Is quick to terminate their pursuits. But for now, the chase continues here southbound on the 710 freeway approaching the 405.
Eliana, can you tell us about the driver? It looks like he's been driving recklessly there.
Annabelle, yeah, it's been a pretty reckless one from what we've witnessed here in the few minutes that we've been overhead. And in fact, because of that, I believe they may be going into surveillance mode. I do hear the Lakewood helicopter that is overhead, so they're calling the pursuit. But when I widened out just a moment ago, I couldn't see the police units directly behind him anymore. So that leads me to believe that perhaps they're going into surveillance mode because it's been reckless and is now transitioning, though, here possibly onto the 405 freeway. I'll know for sure once he completes the transition. But there's the unit now. So there is one unit directly behind it.
There we go. Cops putting pressure on him.
Continuing, looks like it's going to be a northbound 405 transition, but maybe exiting or just trying to trick me there. Continuing here onto the 405.
Ileana, you said that's it's a Porsche. What is it, an SUV, it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like a SUV. I want to say it's a Porsche. A little bit difficult for me to tell with the sun setting right in front of my eyes, which is why the shot's a little bit redder than I'd like. But when we get a closer shot, we may be able to determine exactly what type of vehicle this is. But what I can tell you is those windows are so darkly tinted, it's going to be really difficult for our deputies behind this vehicle to know how many people are inside. But of course, a newer model vehicle, sporty type. So
car's nice.
These guys could really take off if they wanted to, if the traffic weren't so heavy. But what we are seeing here on both sides of the 405 freeway coming up to Wilmington is very heavy traffic.
And so we know that CHP is following this vehicle, Eliana?
So it's Lakewood Sheriffs, Lakewood Sheriffs, but because it is on the freeway, Annabelle, normally the CHP would take over. So it is a situation where the CHP is probably getting ready to get behind it. And if this isn't a Porsche, I'm going to say it's a Maserati. But definitely on the higher end, of course.
Yeah,
I'm gonna refresh it. What happened? Oh, what the heck?
Other deputies can respond to the scene and try to. Oh, there he is. Yep, there he is.
You know, it's interesting. They never went into tracking mode on this. Even with his speeds coming down Carson Boulevard there. Is that the top floor? Does he look to be, Ileana, can you tell? Is he trying to get into an apartment there? I know he jumped the fence.
Yeah, I would think so. He jumped that small fence there, but from there,
in a tent.
We are coming
around. Is it a tent? He went in a tent.
What's there? I don't know that he really could have gone anywhere here. There's what looks
like
perhaps some sort of little tent or something, and that's where he's at. He's in the just outside of that person's apartment.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see how long he will stay in there. But
it's peeking
you're
up.
right. That's a tent. Makes you wonder if it's like a utilities they're trying to cover so that they're not an eyesore. The air conditioning units are just adjacent to that. But Ileana, to the best of your knowledge, only one person bailed out of that car?
Yeah, we only saw one person get out, Colleen, and I didn't hear the police helicopter, the Lakewood police helicopter, say that he saw anybody else. And he's clearly focusing his attention on the driver, who we know is hiding.
Some chase emojis on here, too. I got to update all the emojis.
This is really going to be on the side of law enforcement because they know where he's at because obviously the police helicopter saw him. So what they're going to do now is just set up a perimeter around this apartment complex.
Bring the K9.
To guarantee that he's not going to be able to exit. And then once they feel comfortable, they can get up there, possibly even bring a police canine if they have it available. They'll, of course, have less than lethal weapons at their disposal to try to get this guy to come out of, again, what looks like a tent to me, just outside of one of the apartments here in what is a very large apartment complex here, just off of Moneta Drive and 218th Street here in Carson.
You know, Eliana, just across from that place where he's hiding that little tent there, there's a door. I'm wondering if, people live there or if that's some type of access.
Anybody else, and he's clearly focusing
his attention
on the driver, who we know is hiding in that tent. So this is really going to be on the side of law enforcement.
Maybe I should do KTLA or something.
They know where he's at. Apartment, I can see some patio furniture there as well.
Is it repeating or not?
Looks like this guy really just ran out of real estate. There was nowhere else for him to hide other than that tent. So unknown what else may be in there, if there's anything in terms of.
Check out KTLA real quick. Live.
Him to see if he's in that little blue house right there.
Oh, hell no.
On the outside patio of this apartment complex.
Yeah, from our vantage point, Gil, it looks as though there's nowhere for the suspect to go. We did see him go behind that gate between the buildings there. I don't know if you can see something we don't, but it looks as though it's sort of a dead-end situation.
Yeah, Mike can share that little door on that Playhouse is open, is cracked open a little bit. So I want to get another look at it. When we come back around, I'm gonna double in and see if we can see inside there to see if we see any movement. So you can see it looks like it's propped open just a little bit. There's also another some sort of tent object there that he could have gotten into. So there really we haven't seen that person come out yet. So he's either inside, made his way inside the apartment possibly,
I think he's
in one of those two little structures there outside of the apartment right now. I can tell you though, as I come out wide here, they had one person detained. They just put him in one of these units here. It looked like it might have been a female that may have been in the vehicle that didn't run. So we'll see. We'll try to get word on if that person was in the car or not. But they have detained that person. But for now, we're looking at this area here on the second floor of this apartment complex.
And media will oftentimes coordinate with law enforcement if they weren't able to see the suspect. Certainly we did. And you know that information is being relayed to the sheriff's department
Okay,
on
we're
the
gonna do a
ground
poll.
and at dispatch. There's a red door there. That's the door in question as to whether the suspect was able to get inside a building. If that door
or the red door
was locked, then you have to believe he's on that patio, either under that covered seating area or in that blue roof. Little playhouse type building there. It's a little plastic, sort of like a playhouse that you would fit into. I mean, one adult could curl up and fit inside that, but he went through that gate there, and we haven't seen him since. So it's one of those two spots.
Yeah, you know, a lot of Angelenos do tend to leave their doors open. You know, you feel safe somewhat and or forgetful, and there are chances that that person could have had their door open. And he could be barricaded inside that apartment. You know, that could be the case too. So there are three options here that the police are dealing with, that the sheriff's deputies are dealing with, either in that tent, in that little playhouse, or possibly in that apartment. And then you only hope that there was nobody home and that suspect is barricaded in there by himself. You know, because obviously that would only make things all the more worse if there was somebody in that home, and it would be a hostage situation. Yeah. So, you know, Gil, you mentioned, I didn't know that there was a second occupant in that car, but you mentioned that there was a female occupant in that car with him that has been detained. Do we have any more information about that?
We don't. I'm trying to listen to the sheriffs talk about this situation. I did see briefly that person being detained and then put into one of the vehicles there, but no word on whether that person was in the vehicle or possibly got out and was.
I think he's in the tent too. I mean, it was hard to see, but it almost looked like somebody was peeking out of the tent. Oh, look at this. Get ready to make a move. I mean, he could have gone inside the apartment. Kind of a bad angle, those banners running over the.
And they are talking about the Playhouse. So there's only
Playhouse?
one of three options that got into that apartment, or one of these two, tent or the Playhouse.
All right, so the sheriff's department is moving in on this stolen car suspect that moved very rapidly and wildly across a couple of Southern California freeways, making its way onto surface streets into this apartment complex where we saw the foot bail, and deputies are now beginning to move in to try and apprehend the suspect. Our coverage will continue on.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. No.
Wow.
What the hell is it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Where can I watch this? Hold on. Oh, shit.
What do we see?
Winners.
Shit.
Right now, save big on a stylish new Camry with low APR financing. Or choose a $299 a month lease. That's right, just $299 a month.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota.
Where'd that guy go?
You're the people who make junk disappear?
Oh, there it is. Oh, no.
Magic.
Oh my God. Is it because I'm on this thing here? Hold on a second. Let's try this. There we go. Oh, they're getting ready. Okay. All right. They're getting ready. They're going in. They're going in. The boys ain't playing. It's time.
All right, that's it. Hold that spot there. Go ahead.
I think the tent. I swear he was like peeking out of that tent. You kind of like out of that little sliver. I feel like we saw the tent door move too. Didn't he close the tent thing, or has he got in? I think he's in the tent.
Well, thank you for joining us on the web. This is Gil Davis up in Sky 5 over the termination of a police chase. It was the sheriff's department, Lakewood sheriffs, that went in pursuit of a stolen vehicle, and it led those deputies in pursuit onto several freeways, the 710 and the 405, ending up here off of Carson Street. Now the vehicle turned into this carport, into this apartment complex. The driver jumping out, running.
Boy, searching. Here we go.
Ran up these stairs here that you're seeing the deputies come up. Now they're going towards where we last saw the suspect, right here in one of three spots, either that toy house,
he's in there. He's
tent.
In there.
Okay, we see movement in the tent. Anton, slide right. Slide right if you can, and we're almost directly over it. Here he comes. He's coming out of the tent with his hands up. and that's going to be it. The driver jumping into that tent and is going to be taken into custody. He had nowhere to go. He went into, tried to make it into
Somebody
a couple of them.
I think it was Mo. I thought it was Mo.
Went into this area and obviously hid inside that tent. We thought maybe that it was inside of that dollhouse or that playhouse, but that's not the case. The driver went into that tent trying to hide from law enforcement and has come out with his hands up here in custody. But a dangerous pursuit. We saw this driver at one point jump up onto the sidewalk on Carson Street to get away from those deputies that were chasing him, and continue to run multiple red lights until he ended up here in this apartment complex.
I can't believe we
This
missed
is
like
off
the foot bail.
Montea
Camping is not a crime.
Avenue and off of Carson Street.
Toy toys.
But the driver in custody. A second person also has been detained. Unknown if that person was in the vehicle or not. We can't see the vehicle right now, but the vehicle ended up right in this area here underneath this carport, and then the driver jumping out and running. So here is the driver being walked out to the squad cars. One other person detained. We'll see if that person was in the vehicle or not. It looked like.
I wonder if I have space for a green screen in the new place. Maybe. I don't know.
Point if that person was in the vehicle at the time.
I don't know if I want to do that again anyway, though, but
if that person was just walking
it's too
around
much
here.
crap. Taking it up, putting it down, moving it around,
all that out.
taking
up
up space.
The suspect here finally taken into custody.
So the 10th it is. By the way, tomorrow morning we'll be back for the Diddy lawsuit. I skimmed the lawsuit. I skimmed it tonight just a little bit. I skimmed it.
Tent that the driver jumped into and tried to zip up the opening there as much as he could. There was a slight opening. It looked like that he could have been in there or in this little dollhouse.
They're checking the dollhouse too.
Open just slightly, so we weren't sure which one, or if he actually made it into the apartment itself. But that looks like it was locked. He had nowhere to go, and ended up deciding to go into the tent.
That was a really nice car that he stole. Possibly, Jessica. Hopefully the end of April, but I don't know. We'll see. More space. Have the computer in the actual room. YouTube room. Helicopter. Mr. Mama, thank you for the 10 months. Says the copter edition is the best. Oh my god, amazing, amazing. Gypsy, thank you for the membership. Chew Drunky OG, thank you for the membership. And Toyo Toys, thank you for the 2 months. Says camping is not a crime. Yeah, who knows if we get another chase tonight. Yeah, oh, by the way, if there's another chase tonight, it'll be on the second channel because I got to save a notification for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning.
Let's try to get a
exploring
shot of
the world of Diddy.
The carport.
Oh, and then tomorrow, so we'll do the behavior panel tomorrow too. I was going to try to do it tonight, but I think I'm better off just getting like a good night's rest, full night's rest, and I'll be good for tomorrow. So I can wake up early. I wonder if that was that guy's home. Like he just lives out unhoused, as they say. I guess maybe he's homeless. So yeah, tomorrow I think we'll do the Diddy thing, and then at some point, hopefully have time, we'll kick back and watch behavior panel. And Sebastian, if there's any updates. Oh, I gotta put that video together too, Mr. Tired. The only update on Mr. Tired that I heard is that he is he is not going to be fired. They have a company Facebook page. Not going to be fired. And supposedly the police gave him a ticket, from what I heard. And I think that was the last thing.
And there is a shot of the car that you see the driver jumped out and ran from in that carport, running into this apartment complex, coming up the stairs, tried to go into this.
Yeah, we covered the parole hearing earlier today.
Came back out
on the second
ran
page
across the complex and into that area where that tent was he had nowhere to go there on that second floor and decided to hide in that tent. Now that's where the sheriff's deputies
Where's
got
that
that
OnlyFans
suspect
murder
into
trial happening?
custody. Now 2 in custody, 1
I
was
know,
detained
really
just
short, right?
after the pursuit ended. But now this pursuit is over. A very dangerous pursuit from Lakewood here all the way to Carson.
That's a good question. They
Go ahead,
haven't put a GoFundMe or anything up for that guy. I don't know.
Copy that. Well, that's going
I
to do
wonder
it
if
for
the
our
company's
coverage
gonna
on
take
this
care of it.
pursuit. We appreciate you watching us on the web here. This is Gil Davis up in Sky 5 now, signing off.
I'm gonna put a little. I gotta put the video together too. I forgot. I gotta do that. Amazing. So yeah, we'll be here in the morning. I put it for 10 a.m. Eastern, and I figured I skimmed the document tonight. We don't have to do the 70 pages. I think we'll go up to like 30 something. I think we get the whole gist 30 pages in or something like that. I mean, I was just skimming it. I don't think we need to. I mean, there is some interesting stuff. I don't know. And a lawsuit, the person's suing multiple people. So, but I think we'll just cover what we can. If we have to, we'll do a part 2 of the Diddy Combs stream. Rainy out there. Rainy? Or is it just a glitchy feed? Looks like it's raining. A milk chopper emoji. I had a little sheet because I was gonna hit up the plug. I gotta have the plug make some more emojis. Yeah, Dr. Evan Moskowitz. I know I have like a gang of like a list of things I gotta do on YouTube and outside of YouTube. You want what the F emojis? I could probably do that myself. I could probably make one. Maybe on the weekend. Rain, hail, lightning. It was a little bit of hail here the other day. I was surprised. I don't think I've ever had hail before. I know, vintage. All over the place. Well, I hope I get a good rest tonight. I'm gonna take a class this weekend too for the gun stuff. A class, and then at the end of March, I'm going to visit a friend up North Florida. And the husband was military, so we're gonna teach me, show me the ropes. They just said protesters made Biden late. What's going on with Biden? Lily, what's up? Yeah, there was hail the other day. I couldn't even believe it. I had to look up the weather that said it too. Get flying in that weather. State of the Union. Oh, is that what's happening tonight? Something going on tonight?
This week, the president gave his State of the Union address. I dreamed that he would say this: "My fellow Americans, I apologize. 2 years into the pandemic, I finally realized how much I got wrong. First, I said we would not mandate vaccines.
That's not the role of the federal government.
It isn't. But just a few weeks later, I mandated vaccines. I said,
this is not about freedom or personal choice.
Actually, it is. Our government made so many mistakes. For example, for a year, the CDC maintained outdoor mask rules. That's ridiculous. Outdoors, it's almost impossible to get COVID. But my bureaucrats like bossing you around. I'll stop that.
Guy Stossel is like a legendary, isn't he like a legendary reporter or something? John Stossel. Legend.
The invasion is underway as Russian forces enter Ukraine.
This week, Russia's invasion of Ukraine reminds us why it's crucial that America's military remains strong. I stand with the people of Ukraine. I support them, but I will not send American soldiers to fight there. In recent years, my predecessors involved us in...
I don't know. The State of the Union was tonight. Okay, here it is, the protest. Ceasefire protest blocks Biden motorcade. Oh, snap. Route from the State of the Union to address the U.S. Capitol. Whoa. Oh, wow, a lot of people upset. Biden's legacy is genocide. I guess they've turned on him.
No more money for Israel's crime.
Oh, because of the Israel funding. Oh, so people are upset, man. Oof. State of the Union, so he was running late because of that, I guess. They blocked the motorcade. Wow.
No more money for Israel's crime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crime. Genocide. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Okay, so yeah, there's a mess out there. Interesting, interesting. Gonna be a long night, somebody said. Oh my god, they put farting emojis on this guy. I forgot what this guy's name is. The world of Twitter. Oh, it's gonna get crazy, man. This is nothing. This is nothing. Yo, wait. We give it a couple months. We're just in the beginning of this shit. Woo. Buckle up. Put your seatbelt on. Woo. Put your seatbelt on. It's unprecedented, is it? But I guess he's got a good reason, I guess, if they're blocking the roads and stuff. Oh, so the toilet paper, I don't know if you guys ever seen it. Oh, I can't do it on this one. Hold on. Oh, it's not working now. How about my toilet paper emoji? Not working?
Paper. Oh, toilet paper. Oh, that's that good shit.
My command is not working. My emoji command is not working, though. Weird. Source. Oh, that's why it's on the wrong thing. There we go. Toilet paper. There we go. Now I should work on command. That's still not working. Let's try this. Restart playback when starts become active. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Hey, do whatever you got to do, man. Because some people, they crumble when they hear that word. Racist. Oh, no, they're racist. Oh, man. We got to wait for the moment for the clip. I'm building up a little clientele of clips. I was thinking to do this when we do calls. There's no sound effects to it, though, but I clipped that from the live. Mama's love. I love you, Mama. You gonna bail us out? Mama's love. What command? Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, man, you guys buckle up. The times are gonna get crazy. Keep your sanity, keep yourself together, protect your family. Don't lose yourself in all this shit that's going on. Was it good tonight though? Was it good? The State of the Union. I don't know, maybe I should watch that when I lay in bed.
Keeping America's independent and safe. If you want to fight against the country, you need an F-15. You need something a little more than a gun. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. How are you, baby? How old are you?
So stupid.
How old are you? Almost double figures.
I guess they're this is like a meme thing. I think it's fake, but Joe Rogan. Oh, by the way, Joe Rogan has started watching the podcast, the Cat Williams podcast. Hey, yeah, I started watching it. It's interesting. It's not bad. The last thing I heard, he was talking about how he's read so many books. I don't know how he said he could read a 200-page book in an hour. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm listening so far. They were talking about the pyramids and how Cat Williams doesn't think it's possible that humans could have did that. And so, like, I think they were talking about the Anunnaki, or what do they call them? Anunnaki. And that stuff was already there and given to them. Something like that. I got, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes in, something like that. It's interesting. Yo, for real, right? Brit Bomb says I had to get really high to watch it. It honestly seems like weed talk, which is funny because that came up in the conversation. He was like, is this weed talk? It sounds like you do got to be on something to listen to that podcast. Cat Williams. Yeah, I'm not even halfway through. That's as far as I got. Cat Williams exposes 5 black icons brutally eliminated by Hollywood. Yeah, it's really nice with the view. Pretty nice, kind of peaceful. Let's see what else is going on. I was at the gym today. I almost felt like I was going to throw up or something. It was just like felt really hot in there. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was really kind of an intense workout, but I just like, I felt like, ugh, after. I took a cold shower. I felt a lot better after the cold shower. New MacBooks. Those things look so nice. I think I'm gonna wait though. I'm gonna try to wait for like a couple months down the line. New MacBook looks sweet. Powerful, stronger, better processor. Is that it? They cut us off? Guess that's it. So yeah, I will catch you guys, I guess, in the morning. The chase is over. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Yeah, we'll do the Diddy thing tomorrow. And I think the behavior panel will be really fun. Like a hangout, fun thing to do. A serious topic, but also I'm just, seeing them dissect and interpret
for 10 days now, and despite a large search effort, officials say there are still no signs of Sebastian. News 2's Adam Mincer is live at the landfill with more today. Adam.
Activating on its own.
Haley, we just heard a short while ago from the Sumner County Sheriff telling us more specifically that they spoke to the person who picked up Sebastian Rogers' trash that day.
Oh, let me see if I can fix that. There's no sound when I go there. Full screen, there's no sound? Testing.
Day he went missing 10 days ago.
Full screen.
And that person told them exactly where that he dropped off the trash from that neighborhood. And that's where they've been searching all day. You can see over my left shoulder, there's a little bit of a tarp. It's in that area that we saw crews up until about 30 minutes ago. They've been here all day for about 6 or 8 hours total. I saw about 20 people. Let me actually show you a little bit earlier what happened. We have some drone video of that moment. There was about 20 or so people from Sumner County searching that area closely. And we saw them actually shifting through the trash using machinery to get through it as well. It seems like those people in those machinery are gone now. We spoke to the sheriff's office a short while ago. They say that their original plan was to keep searching until it gets dark. We're about at that time right now. And we have no updates if they found anything at all so far today. Now, as you were talking about, this is a precautionary move that they decided to make. They said that they're looking here just to make sure that they've covered all the possible questions and options about where Sebastian might be. But it seems as we go into an 11th day, the search will continue. Live in Hopkins County.
I don't know. Yeah, very, very strange. I hope something turns up. I hope it doesn't just turn to nothing, where we don't find out anything, And I've heard people say in the Facebook groups, they're talking about the stepdad. Just that, I don't know, he's had allegedly a bunch of marriages and stuff, and I don't know what else. I might take a look tomorrow in the Facebook groups and see what they're saying. They really just uploaded a 2-hour video, live State of the Union address. That's all it is. 2 hours they uploaded this. So stupid. I don't know. I just look for the funny stuff, I guess. Uh-oh. I wonder who his guest will be. Whoever it is, I will post the link to Tucker's first live show. Our live response to Joe Biden's State of the Union. Also, he's doing a live? Did he do it already? Oh. See you live after the State of the Union. Oh, maybe the State of the Union is still going on, huh? I guess he can do his first X Live. See how that goes, if it's functional. I wonder if Alex is jumping on there. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow, unless there's a chase tonight. I'm probably going to try to get some rest. Besito says, did you read the document regarding Madeline Soto, what they found on his phone? Yeah, I did. It's, yeah, disgusting. Oh, he hasn't spoken yet? Oh. Is it because of the blockade thing? Let me see, State of the Union. State of the Union. Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess they're still waiting. Let's see. Oh, he's just coming on now.
Tony.
All right. I might listen in bed. I don't know if I'll listen or not, but all right, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. Yeah, I'll take the poll down. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow, what tomorrow brings. There's always some crazy stuff going on. So I'll probably listen in bed a little bit while I get prepped. That sounds weird. Prepped. Prepped for what? I don't know. Prepped. Good night. Love you guys. Bye. Bloop, bloop. Let's see. Mama. Mama's love. Yes, Mama. Come on, show Ma. Ma. I just want to party. I want to get the clip where she's doing the robot dance like this and shit with all the kids in the basement. Just serving the kids drinks and shit. Ma's trying to be cool with all the kids and stuff. Ma. I just want to be friends. I want to be friends with your kids. Oh, they can all come over to Ma's house. We're going to have a good time.